So today we have with us the founder and the president of ASC Solicitors and Advocates and Bharatiya Society, Mr. Alok Sinha. He is a renowned Supreme Court lawyer and a vibrant personality. So he is a lawyer of repute and stature firm and has dealt most of the reputed companies like HCL, Tata, DLF, BPL, etc. So I would like to welcome you, sir. A very good morning to you. As you are a senior advocate in Supreme Court, so you know your experience, your story, how have you started, and your experience in this particular field.
Okay, I am getting your point, although probably it's very long story, so it will take much time, but I will brief it. Basically, I am a Supreme Court advocate and practicing for last 35 years in Supreme Court, and I have been the consultant also for all the reputed companies like for SCL, BPL, Ronak Automotives, all the banks like State Bank, Bank of India, any bank you talk about, I have been the retainer, not retainer, I have been the counsel for them for dealing Supreme Court matters. I have been the counsel for, just for an idea, because people should know that what exactly I am doing, only then the purpose will be solved. So then I have been the counsel for the multinationals, although the top multinationals like Mobil, like Xerox, like Hollister, like Motorola Solutions. We talk about good multinationals, and I have been charging also well. I don't charge lesser amounts. I was involved in lot of national international conferences. As president, I was invited for speaking on the development of law. Then I thought, you have name, you have fame, you have earned enough in Supreme Court, you are well paid. You are not like lower courts where your fees are less. In Supreme Court, the fees are very high. And by God's sake and by the God's grace, I earn the big companies and the big payments. I thought one time I just have one son, my wife, and now no responsibilities, son also got well settled. What for you are living? What is the purpose of life? Are you doing something for the people? So I thought two ways, that I should do something for the people. Here the thought of a Bharatiya Society came to my mind in 2007 probably. It's a long time. I realized I have seen the families where there was no money. My father was a very honest government officer, and we had no money. I had 4 sisters, and I was the eldest, then my younger brother. I realized that the money is a very important role. So I thought I must do something for the country and bring the money to this country. Now, how can you bring money to this country? You can bring money either by the NRIs. They have got, one votes make the government fall and rise. Similarly, every money what the foreign these NRIs are having can be invested here if we provide them comfort and services. But unfortunately, they feel this country, honestly speaking, people are corrupt, people are not honest, machinery is very bogus. They were not investing, one part. Secondly, they were not having the legal support also. They buy something, dispute arises, then they keeps on traveling, and then no results, and they get involved in litigations which they are not used, they don't like it. So one, I wanted to bring, in nutshell, I wanted to bring money from NRIs who have got lot of money, but they are not investing here because we are not giving them legal support for their properties also, for investments also, and we ask them to invest into India. So that was a lacuna I realized. Then also I thought that foreign investors can invest into India. Where can they invest? Why the Bharatiya Society idea came, basically I am trying to come up that. How the foreign investor will invest into India? Because India is having a great potential of human resources. India is having land, India has wild rivers I say, because rivers are very huge. What you see in London, just Thames, nothing, no comparison to Ganga, Jamna and so big rivers. So the water is an ample, which is a base source for producing electric. So everything, solar, wind, water, everything is there. But then there is no way to attract them. Law was not very simple. So I did three things. One, I tried to give a legal support to NRIs, complementary legal advice and constitutional legal support to them, so that they may, and remove the lacuna of laws by development of law through organizing national international conference and educating them on investment laws and provide their legal support. Secondly, their foreign investors also, I tried to hold the conferences as a president, and Bharatiya Society for doing all this was formed. So I created Bharatiya Society for meeting two reasons. One, to unite NRI, to give them a strong legal platform, to help them in legal matters, and to invest into India, because in both, in investment also you require legal support, and if they are having a property matters, matrimonial matters, they also require a legal support.
So, sir, what is the purpose of Bharatiya Society, and what is it does for people, and how it is benefiting to them?
You see, I just now told you that why the Bharatiya Society was created. I realized that the money can be the solution for prosperity. Money can come through the NRIs and can come through the foreign investors. NRI require two things. One, they require their own solution of their problems like property, matrimonial, succession, inheritance, will, and so many these kind of problems. Matrimonial problems, sometime in India, the Anti-Dowry Act is very strong. People get married and the females here file the cases on them, lakhs and lakhs of rupees that you give, otherwise the act is in their favor. So they are not able to come here. I have seen cases where they can be arrested, and their parents was also harassed and arrested. So they are having these kind of problems. So you provide them first the property matter problems, matrimonial problems,